Anybody else been on pandemic time so long that they literally forgot that 3-day weekends actually exist?
Irrelevant news.
Lil Uzi spoke about the $24 million diamond that he implanted in the middle of his forehead a few months ago.
What up, Uzi? You still got that diamond, brother?
Yes. I had a show at Rolling Loud, and I jumped in the crowd, and they kind of ripped it out.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I still had a diamond, so I feel good.
Unbelievable, folks. I don't think anybody could have predicted that Lil Uzi implanting a $24 million diamond in the middle of the most visible area of his body would actually cause people to just try to remove that diamond right out of his head. I mean, is anybody really surprised that Lil Uzi had that $24 million diamond ripped off his head as soon as he jumped into a crowd full of strangers? That's like being allergic to peanut butter and eating a peanut butter jelly sandwich and not expecting to end up in the hospital. On the positive side, at least he was able to hold on to the diamond instead of allowing Thanos to collect all the Infinity Stones. And speaking of secondhand embarrassment, Twitch streamer Call Me Carson recently returned to streaming after taking many months off following allegations that he had some inappropriate conversations with minors, and then this happened on his live stream.
Older folks may be the ones who find you the most disagreeable, even selfish, but people younger than you tend to really admire.
Awkward. Kind of unsure if the self-awareness is a positive or a negative in this situation. However, the irony is very thick. By the way, am I the only one who thinks that he had to know that was going to happen in the game, but he did it anyway so that he could create a funny moment off of it, thus slowly normalizing the fact that he was accused of all these things just a few months ago? Now, if it was truly an accident, then holy hell, how do you just keep on going without addressing the huge elephant in the room? And speaking of addressing stuff, the paparazzi who called out the D'Amelios for their portrayal of him in their new reality series recently made another statement about the whole situation.
I would like to apologize to the D'Amelios for some of the comments that I made earlier today. I woke up this morning frustrated because everyone was sending me videos about Charlie having a mental breakdown from the show and me being partly the cause of it.
Uh-oh, folks, it sounds like this paparazzi isn't ready to take a sip of the cold hard truth that his job isn't just sunshine and rainbows for the people that he's filming. And honestly, how dare it be anything less than that?
The truth, Charlie knew I was going to be there. I've shot her so many times, and we have even had conversations where I've told her if at any point she doesn't want me to shoot or record her, or she feels uncomfortable or having at any point, to let me know.
Now, what in the world could have happened in this scene with Charlie to have triggered this paparazzi so much?
No. I'm literally gonna cry. I wanna go home. No, I wanna go home. I wanna go home. Okay, come on, let's go. I wanna go home, please. I wanna go home. I'm literally gonna have a mental breakdown right now.
Okay, we're okay.
I don't wanna do it. I don't wanna do it.
Charlie, get up.
No, I don't wanna do it.
Oh no, folks, God forbid that a teenager show up to a place to do a very normal thing just like every other person in the world and has a very visceral reaction when confronted with a complete stranger ready to film their every move. Poor little paparazzi being portrayed like this.
When we got there was the paparazzi guy, which means they're gonna post stuff and they're gonna cause it to trend on TikTok to make fun of us. I don't want to deal with that.
Now hold on, Charlie, you don't really have a choice in this situation because paparazzi bro has to make some money to pay off his car, so you better get ready to answer some questions so he can make $200 on the video.
Can you unlock the car so I don't have to do anything?
Hey!
It's been a while. How you guys been?
Good, how about you?
Pretty good. Hey, Charlie, what do you think about the music video?
I think it was great. I think his co-star killed it.
Gee, I don't see how any of this could go wrong.
What did you say about it?
I just made a joke. I was like, haha, his co-star did great, and they're gonna turn it and say, oh, she's so full of herself.
This is so insensitive, folks. Why can't Charlie think of the paparazzi's feelings instead of just reacting however she feels like reacting in this moment? But in all seriousness, folks, it is totally okay for Charlie to react the way that she reacted. In fact, I feel like most people would react the exact same way if they were in her shoes. Now, when it comes to Bryce Hall, the situation is a whole lot different.
Is that Omar Fetty?
Wow, it seems like Addison Rae's new boyfriend, Omar Fetty, has some real estate in Bryce Hall's head, because why the hell would he be mentioning him in his own vlogs, like, out of nowhere? And moving on to KSI, who recently shared his thoughts on Jake Paul defeating Tyron Woodley.
Yeah, Jake Paul's already won, so he's just not gonna, he just doesn't need to fight Woodley again.
You know what, folks? I disagree with KSI. Jake Paul would totally fight Tyron Woodley again in a parallel universe where Jake Paul doesn't give a shit about money. And someone else who shared his thoughts is Mike Tyson, who said this about Jake Paul defeating Tyron Woodley.
Love Jake Paul. What do you think about the fight of Tyron Woodley?
Well, Tyron Woodley did his best.
Do you think should have won?
Jake Paul won.
Yeah, do you think he rightfully won?
Yeah, he did.
who in their right minds would have guessed a couple of years ago that the biggest Jake Paul stan in the entire fucking world would be Iron Mike Tyson? Anyway, folks, Jake Paul recently released a short documentary showing his preparation for the fight against Tyron Woodley, and people are noticing some really weird things in it.
My treadmill is still going.
I can do it right now.
It's working. Everyone's working. Let's go, baby. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Right here. I broke it. I told you I broke it. Let's go. I told you, see it? Ah!
Broke that.
Oh my.
Stop playing with me.
I mean, what the fuck do you want? A prize? You go visit your mom once and you break a fucking treadmill. Get her a fucking new one. That's what people want to see. But that wasn't the only unusual moment, folks, because there's this never-before-seen angle from the fight where Jake Paul does this.
There's a right hand by Paul and 3 minutes left.
Now, I know a lot of people are going to think this is weird, and what the hell is Jake trying to do, licking Tyron's ear like that? But here's the thing, folks. Jake was running low on energy, and very few people seem to understand that he is a literal vampire. So he's just trying to suck up some of Tyron's sweat so he could re-energize himself for the end of the round.
Look like you won. Look like you won. Hey, there's no doubt in your mind. Look like it's no doubt in your mind, baby. There's no doubt in your mind.
Well, way to feed the rumors that this shit was rigged. I mean, Tyron Woodley is literally being told to act as though he won after the fight was over, before the announcement of the result of the fight. Like, how the hell did he know that he lost without seeing the actual result of the fight? Unless he just has a loser mentality and his coach just has to keep reminding him, hey, there is a small chance he may have won. How the fuck do you justify this? Anyway, enough of Jake Paul, because his ex, Tana Mojo, recently made a major announcement.
Single. Who needs men?
Not only did Tana announce that she's single, but she and her ex unfollowed each other on Instagram. Folks, I feel so incredibly sad for Tana. You know, what is she going to do with herself for the next 30 minutes until she eventually decides to get back together with this person which she's broken up with before and then gotten back together in a matter of 30 minutes? Life is just so unpredictable. Just like Trisha Paytas is unpredictable. Like, why the hell did they upload a Spanish cover of one of the most popular songs just completely out of the blue? ¿Qué diablos estoy viendo? Yeah, but seriously, folks, what the hell's going on with Trisha? They're going through more phases than David Bowie. That's not where the Trisha ends, folks, because they also recently addressed all the hate they've been getting.
When people spend their entire lives online solely to hate on someone else's life.
You know, I'm having a hard time telling whether Trisha is unironically talking about themselves in this, but let's pretend like they're not. And now a palate cleanser.